And now, rosjashenesse.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is rosjashenesse if you're new. I am on a journey of authenticity, self-discovery or self-rediscovery. Not sure which one it is and what it looks like, but I'm on this journey. And I invite you, if that's something that you are interested in, to come on the journey with me, to help encourage me along the way, to help motivate me. I'm working on consistency. So there's just some things that I'm really just trying to be my true, authentic self in this time of my life. I came to do a sit-down interview, or I came to do a sit-down conversation in the car because I need no distractions. I didn't really want to do this, but it was on my spirit pressing that I do this for my channel. Not really sure why, but I'm doing it. So I'm going to tell you the story of me, of rosjashenesse, my truth, who I am, maybe some of what I've gone through, just so that you can connect and know me. And I am a very private person by nature, so I don't really like to share deep things within myself to people. I keep things, I grew up in what happens at home stays at home, that whole idea. But I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to be free. Because sometimes that can make you feel like you're in bondage when you have to keep up a certain appearance, or you care so much about what people think that it impacts your decisions in life. And that's how I felt up until recent points in my life, that I felt like I wouldn't jump and do things because I was worried about what people would say, how people would feel, what they would think. I was too worried about stuff that didn't even matter. Now I realize doesn't matter, isn't what serves me, isn't what I should be worried about or focused on. What I should be focused on is me living my life the best way that I can live it. And that's what I'm trying to do in this moment. In this season, that's what I'm working on. So I'm working on healing my mind, body, and soul. And I'm working on stepping outside of my comfort zone, because my comfort zone is a place where I can rest and reside in for the rest of my life, really. But I realize that in life, in order to elevate, in order to go to the next level in your life, you have to be uncomfortable. Working in a place of comfortability is more being complacent, and it doesn't allow you to, or allow me to advance to the next level that I think that God has for me. So this is a little bit about me. My name again is Roger. My first name is Roger. My middle name is Shenesse. That's the name that my parents named me. Don't know where they got it from or what it even means, but that is my name. For a long time, I wasn't exactly happy with it because people couldn't pronounce it correctly, and then I start shortening it to just say, call me Rose. But you know what I realize now is my name is Roger. My name is rosjashenesse, and I'm going to embrace that name. That's me. That's who I am. That's the name my parents chose to name me. So the story of rosjashenesse is, I am 45 years old. I was born July 15th. I have been married 3 times. Yes, 3. And I am not here to speak on anything of anyone I was married to, because I have children within all my marriages. And so there will be nothing that I would say about anybody outside of myself, because this is only a story about me, being my true authentic self, in hopes that it could bless somebody else. Like, know that you're not perfect. You make some decisions that may not be the best, but that God can continue to still bless you in the midst, and you can get back up even when you fall down, and there is still more life to live, and there's more things to experience, and there's more greatness inside of you that you have to let other people see. And don't let the enemy trick you into thinking that, you're not worthy because of the fact that you've been married 2 other times, and now I'm not worthy of love, or 4 other times, or whatever the number is. I'm just saying that you're worthy no matter what your situation, or if you've never been married, you're worthy. You're worthy to have someone to love you. You're worthy in this life to share your life with someone, if that's what you choose to do. But I've been married a total of 3 times. I am married now. My first 2 marriages, my first marriage, let's say, my first marriage was not a great marriage. In my part, some things that I've done and being unhappy, infidelity, and I'm only speaking on my part. And then being married for a long period of time. I was married for 12 years. I was married right out of high school. I didn't even know how to be married. I didn't know how to live life. I didn't even know myself. I was pregnant, walking across the stage, and basically, you're taught I was taught you got pregnant, get married. It doesn't matter. You did this, you do this to make it right. But what I did was I made one thing that was wrong, made it even more wrong. I just made another wrong decision because that wasn't good. You have to marry the person that God has for you. Now, if you make a mistake in the process, that doesn't mean that doesn't fix the mistake by marrying that mistake. That's what I ultimately did. I ultimately married because as a result of me being pregnant, not as a result of being with someone that I knew that would love me and cherish me and treat me the way that I should be treated. But as a result, I have my beautiful children. So I'm definitely thankful and blessed for that. But like I said, I wasn't no angel in that marriage. I got divorced, quickly remarried a second time because I did not know how to live my adult life alone. I didn't know how to live my adult life by myself with my children. That marriage was very short-lived. Out of that came 2 children, twins. And then it went from me being single for many years, in and out of relationships, looking for love in all the wrong places, thinking that I was the help, like I could make you better. So looking at a relationship like, what, all they need is me, and they wouldn't be this way, or all they need is me and then they can hold a job. All they need is me, like I was like some kind of savior, which at all I wasn't at all. All I did was insert myself into more hell here on earth that I didn't have to. That was something that I decided to do. Like, oh, I'll take on that responsibility. It's a joke that my daughter always tells me, like, you really like a project. You look at people and you really like a project. You like to really try to, see how you can help and fix and do things for people. And, I never really thought about that. And I said, whoa, why am I like that? Why do it's like my heart feels compelled to help individuals, but then, there has to be a balance. So what I do is I go to a fault. So meaning like, everybody who runs into a situation or everybody that has a problem, is not my responsibility to help. It's enough of us on this earth that it spreads. We spread it around. And what I do is I'm like, oh, well, let me do this, or I could do this for you. And then I put more load on myself. And self-care is so important because I put some more everybody else's responsibilities, everybody else's problems, everybody else's issues onto me. And then I find myself at the end being beat totally down. Not a good thing. Not a good thing to do. I wanted to create this channel in order to come out of my comfort zone. I absolutely love fashion. But in my mind, I have told myself that I wasn't worthy, or that no one would want to watch me or care about my input on fashion or see what I wear. And I was always just picking out the negatives about myself. I did not appreciate being 6 feet tall. I mean, I've been tall my whole life that I can remember. And I felt like it was a curse. I didn't look at it at all as a gift. And a lot of it has to do with, people will put things on you, say things about you that you don't realize. I've been tall, so I'm always tall. I didn't think anything of it. But if someone says something in a negative light about being tall, then immediately that makes me, or makes a person say, oh, well, that's not a good thing. And then also just growing up, being tall was an inconvenience for shoes, for clothing, you know, finding pants long enough, you know, being made fun of in school because, you know, your stuff wasn't fitting properly. And, you know, so then it makes you feel inadequate of who you are, inadequate of like being worthy of so much. Now I feel like I'm tall. I'm 6 feet tall. I wear a size 12 shoe. I was embarrassed about that. I would go to the shoe store and I would always, especially in gym shoes, I was so happy that I could like say the men's size, so that when they yelled it to the back, they wouldn't be like, yeah, you got a 12 in the back, because I felt like that's always what happened when we went to the shoe store when I was younger, when I was a kid. And I'm still not fully in a place of totally appreciating what God has given me. This body has sustained me for these 45, almost 46 years. And all I can sit and do is complain about the things that I don't like. Like, how ungrateful can you be to yourself? And how unloving can you be to yourself? This body has served me well, even when I've mistreated it. And I've let others mistreat it. This body still has served me. I am in a season of thankfulness for this body, for these rolls, for these dents, divots, for these allergies I've suffered with. I wasn't even going to record this video because I'm like, I can't breathe. I mean, my allergies are so bad. I have some allergic reaction going on with my face. And it was a very superficial reason why I wasn't going to record it. And I said, if I'm going to be my authentic self, every day won't be beautiful. Every day won't be perfect. That's why I'm recording in the car, because I need to make sure that I can really speak my truth without interruption, or without feeling like maybe I shouldn't say that, or how is that going to be taken. This is meant to be freeing for me. This is meant for me to put it all on the table. Now I can be free and be me. I can go out after this life and be me. I just want to live my life in a way that I don't feel like I'm in bondage. I want to live my life in a way that I don't feel like I'm in bondage to anyone or anything or any ideas. Meaning, I want to live true to me. If I want to wear something, I shouldn't care if anyone likes it or not. The only thing I should care about is if I like it. If I want to do something, I need to do it, no matter if other people say, well, you know, I don't think that's a good idea. Now, mind you, like, I'm not saying, if I'm speaking of things that are safe and that are reasonable. I'm not talking about outrageous, crazy things. I'm speaking only within my life and things that I want to do. That's my heart's passion and my heart's desire. So I'm not speaking on, you know, oh, I want to go and take on a new hobby of skydiving or something like that. I'm speaking only on, like, there's things within my heart that has been here for so long that I have kept pressing down and pressing down and pressing down, and keep telling myself, like, yeah, that's not for you. No, that they don't know this. You can't do this. No, that's somebody else. No, yeah, no. Anything that I can say, you're not beautiful enough. You're not, you know, aesthetically pleasing enough. You know, people don't want to hear from you. I can't do it for other people. I got to do it for me. Whatever that looks like, I have to do it for me. Yes, if you want to say who I was an adulterer. So I was. So if anybody want to throw that up, yeah, I was. That's not who I am. That's who I was. That's by choices that I made. And I won't go into detail on trying to explain, because sometimes we go into detail trying to explain, like, oh, well, You don't know the situation. I didn't know this. It doesn't matter. I did what I did. I did what I did. But who I was is not who I am. I had a really piss poor attitude. I was very confrontational. Now, who I was, and those who know me for who I was and don't know me for who I am, or those who knew me for who I was and always want to bring up the person that I am now about who I was, want to bring that stuff up, like, well, you know, you do. No, don't allow anybody to do that. Who you are now is who you're focused on. We've all done some things, but those things does not make us unworthy of moving forward. Because how would that be for everybody else? How would that look in life if it meant that because of what I did, or because of what people say that I am, that I'm not able to live this life to the fullest? Doesn't matter. We've all made mistakes. We've all fallen short. And we are all still very, very worthy. Very worthy of what God has in store for each and every one of us. I'm going after mine. I've probably done everything but physically kill someone. And I say that like, because in my mind, I've thought it, you know, being upset and enraged, but I've never physically done this. But I've probably done everything else that you name it. I've probably done it at some point in my life. But the person I stand before you is not a perfect person. The person that stands before you, or the person that sits before you, is a person that desires to be better than they were the day before. A person that is a work in progress and every day striving to be her best, true, authentic self. That's who rosjashenesse is. And on this channel, my goal is just to be that. And what comes from it, I don't know. But if that's a journey that you would like to share with me, please come along. I invite you. I welcome you. Because this is tough. This is tough for me to come out and just speak these things. To talk about who I am. To talk about who I was. To talk about what I want. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. And wait for more content to come. God bless. Also, I just thought of another thing. Don't let the years go by thinking you can do something later on, that you'll be able to do it in the future. You know, that you have time. That when all the stars align perfectly and everything is just right, that's when you're supposed to do it. Don't do that. Don't waste the time. If your heart is telling you, if your gut is telling you to do it now, do it now. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. Because it's never going to be perfect. You just want to make sure that you go after it. Go after it in your season. And I say that because there's so many things that I feel like I didn't go after for fear and making excuses for the reasons why it would not work instead of the reasons why it would. I'm a firm believer. If you take one step, God will take the rest. He's just waiting for you to believe and trust. So you have to make the first move. Yeah, my life hasn't been perfect. There's been some bad choices, bad decisions. But I'm thankful that God allowed me to have this time to finally have the moment in the season and to have the revelation to go after what I want. To go after what God placed in my spirit is for me. My passions. Things I love. To go after it and not to feel like I'm not worthy or to make excuses for why I shouldn't. And now I'm focused only on why I should. And I'm going to continue with that.